I grew up a little kid, the middleest of four children. I grew up with a lot of things. I grew up with a biological father who never wanted me, who, lived his life, a lot of things. This second oldest of four kids, and all I ever wanted to do was make movies, and I think that that's really where it started. We lived a pretty simple life. We would always go out and we would always go play outside. We lived on a military base, and there's a lot about a military base, and there was woods, there was stuff. Wherever we went outside, and I think that that's where you start at childhood. I think that that's where you start really, as a kid you wanna experience the fun of things, and we had everything, and it's hard life. My father was in the military, he was always gone, so I never really had a father around. The biological father left me when I was a little kid. I had Asperger's when I was 8. I had a interesting yet tough childhood of dealing with things that a lot of people didn't, and I think that the hardest thing was my dad going away every year. He was always in the military, he was always gone. It was tough, and being, a kid with a disability, you never really knew much. It changed when I turned 18. It changed when I became older, which I never understood. Not being able to separate yourself, not being like the normal kids, always having trouble finding friends, but then it kind of changed. It was a struggle for me. I think that it was 100% hard because you never fully knew where I was. You never fully knew who I was becoming. Is this what I want to do? Is this what, I never understood any of that. I was struggling in school. I wasn't having the best grades. My sisters were getting A's and B's, and I was getting C and D's. I wasn't the smart one. But I tried to talk my talk, and I tried to be smarter than a lot of people, and I love playing football. But there was always that part of me that was always staying away from who I really was. I made a film in which I actually jacked off in, and the whole world just, it's not just the fact that I did that, it was the whole fact of that happened, and I can't forgive myself for it. I became a meme, I became a joke, and it just ate me. It was hard. It was, having to deal with that was hard. It wasn't like, hey, you'll get over it, it's just a day thing. No. 20,000 people saw it. People hated it. People looked at me like a joke. They saw The Target. They saw all my movies, and they talked so much stuff about me. And for, the comments were just, no one wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with that. And I was so angry. I hated people. I wanted to defend myself. Matt was always telling me, oh, it's okay, you'll get over it. I didn't want to get over it. I was so tired of who I was. I was so tired of this stuff, and it eventually made me want to kill myself. How am I supposed to act this way and not having to be myself? And I can't even be who I am because I'm afraid to. Last year was probably the hardest year I ever had in my life. I had people I cared about dying. I got kicked out of my house for not keeping it clean because I was just tired of the way who I was. I was drinking. One second. It's not at all. I was kicked out and I didn't know what I was doing. My dad was mad at me because I didn't do the one thing he asked, where he put me in this house for assisted living, and I couldn't even keep that clean. I was afraid of telling people, hey, I'm going to move out. And I went to this Crossroads Center, which took in homeless people, and I started over. I was at rock bottom, and it was hard. It was not something I wanted to deal with. It was not something I wanted to, but because of that, Hi. Come here. Come here.
What?
Come sit up. This is my life right here. This is my life. It's because of the things I've went through that I became stronger. You know, I believe in that saying. I really, really do. I met her while I was at the center. And yet, it just made me passionate about making movies again. And then I made movies again, and I made these stories that mattered, that a lot of people, you know, didn't understand, because they thought of me something different. But it's absolutely something. But you know, this whole meme thing was just something that I was always angry about, because it was the dumbest thing ever, and it was the shit that I don't understand. But you know, they always say that, you know, for my final project, something that means to me, and this is definitely one, it's the things that you conquer, the things that you deal with is something different. And I absolutely mean that, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You have anything to add about that? It's just, I don't know. And then everything happened. Legacy happened, coming out happened, and boxing happened, and I kept thinking that in my mind I could be something entirely different and be me. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I was me. And then she came into my life, and you know, things change and things are different about each other the way you don't see it. And I'm glad I met her. I just, you know, 100% that, you know, I'm with her kids. And is that okay if I mention them? No? You want me not to mention them? Don't?
For now.
I think that, you know, she has kids, and when I'm around them, I feel like I can protect them, when I never felt that way before. And that's a hard thing to see, you know. It's just something I love my life, and I've never felt that way before the way I do now. And that's saying something. I'm not comment. Tell them how I've changed to how you met me. What she hated me the first time she met me. Like, she really fucking hated me. Tell them that.
I thought he was annoying and obnoxious.
Yeah, no, it was just because that's who I am. But how am I now?
Still cut it.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding. No,
Cut it. Cut it. No.
Stop laughing.
We'll cut it out.
Okay.
No, but now.
I mean, we're both going through some changing things. Like, he lost his grandma. I don't know if you mentioned that yet. I lost my mom.
We both lost everything. So I think the way that we come into each other's lives has been something special. I really do think that. It's, you know, I'm proud of my life. I'm proud of the things I've had. But without her, I you know, and she supports me 100%. I've never felt that way before. I give everything up, and that's what matters. And that's bottom line. That's for me. That's the life I want, and that's saying something. I think that's the true me. And I think bringing into projects as I wrap things up, it's something that a lot of people don't understand, is that these projects all have meanings to me. Well, obviously, besides one of them, she's seen Playboy, and no, she hasn't. She never will. She's heard of it. I keep wanting to, for this final project, discuss my entire story, but my story isn't over. It's not over. In fact, it's just beginning. So I think that's really where I'm going to wrap this up. And thank you to the people who also spoke about me, which we'll put in the editing, obviously. No, I think that's pretty much me, and that's how I'm gonna be, who I am, in a world where it's full of hate and there's full of love. Bringing that together is a very hard thing to do, and that's where you're gonna be. So, that note, I say that's a wrap.